Hello YouTube, this is Mark. So I'd like to briefly talk about where I like to go for walks. And this is one such place. Now they've recently mowed the green because I'm on a golf course. And this golf course is absolutely massive. It's huge. And when their green is actually fully green without all this their grass that they've recently cut, because what tends to happen is when they cut it they allow the grass to decay naturally, which brings all the nutrients back into the soil and the grass is not losing any nutrients to continue to be green. But of course at the moment it takes a week or so for the grass to get back to its current greenery, so to speak. Do you ever have those dreams where you're walking from your house, right, and you take left rather than right, and you carry on and you go down somewhere where you say, I've always wondered where this leads to, and so you walk down it, and then somehow within just a couple minutes, just a couple 100 meters, you end up what could be described as entering Narnia or something, because you're in a town where there's no wildlife or anything like that, and there's no parks that are known, and there's no waterfalls, and you're nowhere near the sea or lakes, but you've taken a cut into a piece of land that nobody really goes in, and then you find yourself in what could only be described as a different world. Waterfalls, lakes, giant fir trees, eagles, even peacocks and stuff like that, and you go, how have I ended up here? How have I never known about this? And then you find like little shops around the area that sells, typical, seaside stuff, like that builds sandcastles and little boats and stuff like that. And that's how it feels like when I walk here. It feels very surreal because you just don't expect something like this to be close by to where you live, because this park is massive. I mean, literally massive. I mean, miles long, and yet very few people know it's here. I knew there was a golf course here, but I didn't know how beautiful the golf course is, and the camp itself doesn't actually do the golf course justice, especially considering the fact that the lawn or the green has recently been mowed. And usually what happens is the insects, the worms and the microbes in the soil will draw this grass in, and the grass will end up very, very green. And you can see part of it that hasn't been mowed where the greenery is still there. What this golf course has is miles and miles of walk with rows of trees on each kind of pot they have. They have like holes, I can't remember what it's called, and I think they have something like 18 types of holes you can actually pot on this. So each row, so to speak, is basically this long, and it expands like a mile in that direction with all the adventures you can actually have if you're walking it. I mean, this is like a glorified walk, and I find ways to actually get onto the golf course, which is nice. Lots of other people come on, as long as it's not causing any damage, it doesn't matter. And unfortunately they're planning to actually get rid of this golf course or this park, which could potentially be a lovely, luscious park for children and adults to enjoy, and dogs and cats, whatever, because there's plenty of wildlife on here. Some of the trees around here are hundreds of years old. Fir trees in the background, and when it gets to winter, my God, is this place beautiful. It's covered in snow, and if the grass is kept short, if the grass is kept short, it looks like a beautiful winter wonderland. It's like being in paradise. I just wish I could get a shot where it hasn't recently been mowed, because they need to do this every so often to keep the grass nice. Now they have little hills around here and lakes and things like that, and footpaths which are very soft because they're not actually made of grass, they're made of some type of velvety plastic. I mean, this is another hole I'm heading towards. You can see they have little sandbanks around there. I wondered what it would be like to actually come on here and camp at night. You can never trust if anybody actually turns up. You've got to be very, very careful, because I live in a town, and this golf course is very close to the town centre. It's amazing that many people don't even know it exists, especially due to its size. And it's basically because it's been fenced off. Once something gets fenced off, people are like, yeah, I can't go on it. And they don't realise what's in their area. This is why you should always go out exploring. I love coming here and just walking for an hour and just appreciating the natural beauty of the place. I personally think they should turn this golf course into a park. Because of its size, it would attract people from hundreds of miles away. They could even have little places where people could camp, or I'm not sure about caravans, but camping might be okay. The length of this this particular pothole, whatever they're called, is huge. It's absolutely massive. People like to walk their dogs around here too. So you get like a little hills like this that I can walk up and down.